What's up, guys? This is Torrent. We're just doing an unboxing on this. This is the ULANZI ULANZI camera cooler. So I bought this because I have the ZV-E10 Mark II, and when it records for a long period of time, it overheats. And this was highly rated on Amazon at the time. I bought it back in October. I haven't been able to use it since though, or I haven't been able to use it. It's coming in at $34. It's supposed to cool off the ZV-10, which has an overheating problem when you run 4K on it. So let's unbox it. Let's see what we get in it. And then we're actually going to, after we unbox it, we're going to run the ZV-10. We're going to take thermals. We're going to let it overheat. And then we're going to put this on and run it again and see if it actually cools it off. Is this a push? Oh, it's a push. All right, so we push. Okay. Pretty nice packaging. That's a pretty thick instruction booklet. Has some sort of quality certificate here. It's got a USB-C to USB-A cable here. Nothing fancy. Now, this is the model that comes with the fan and the battery on it. That. And the reason I got that is because I don't want to attach a cord the whole time while it's cooling off on the camera. It becomes a little bit of a pain in the ass. All right, pretty straightforward stuff. Oh, nice. It comes with, so this isn't just a fan. This is like a cooling plate. This is pretty awesome. Yeah, I was hoping that it wasn't just a fan blowing directly on it, because I had an older one with a silver, and it was just the fan pushing. This is an actual cooling plate on top of it. So I'm hoping that, oh, that's magnetic. Oh, that is really satisfying. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, let's just turn this on and see what we get. It's got auto 1 and 2. Let's put it on 2. And see if we get any. Oh, it is getting cool. Oh, hold on a second. Let's get the heat guns out. I wasn't expecting it to be plated, to tell you the truth. All right. So let's see what we got here. We're going to put it down here. Coming at 54. Oh, it's lowering as we go. That is awesome. 40 at the corners, 54. I always assume that dead center is going to be the coldest. Some reason over here in the corners are the coldest. Yeah. I mean, this is freezing to the touch. Here, I'll even turn on the thermal gun right now just to kind of get an idea. Oh, I'm liking this a lot better. I thought this was going to be like it just, yeah. So you could just tell how cool that is. You could tell that right there in the middle. That's the cold part of it. All right. So far, I'm impressed. I love the fact that this is magnet, and you could run it directly from here if you wanted to. I am curious to see how much power this draws because of how cold it gets. So let's get a power reader here, and let's get a wire going. Give me 1 second. We'll rely on anchors. Direct. All right, so not bad. Actually, 8 watts is not bad. Tell you the truth, I have one like this. I have this cooler here, right? It's almost like similar type of scenario, except this one, when I plug it in on high, is like almost 40 watts it uses. It's like a little nuclear reactor. The fact that this one's only pulling 8 watts and producing pretty cold stuff is pretty awesome. Okay, awesome. And let me see what happens when we charge the battery, just to see if I know the battery is relatively full, but let's see what we get. About 6 watts. Not bad. Okay. All right. Well, we got it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to switch over to my iPhone because we're actually recording on the ZV-E10. And we're just going to record 4K footage on the ZV-E10 until it overheats. And then we're going to take some thermos to see where all the heat is coming from the camera. And then we're going to pop this in and then run it again and see how it goes. All right. Let's set it up. Okay. So we're set up. Here's the camera. This is the ZV-E10 Mark II. Where is it? Somewhere here. There it is. ZV-E10 Mark II. Okay. Has a really bad habit of overheating when you do 4K footage. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a thermo of it now. We just finished recording the top down. So it is probably hot. I'm turning this on. Camera here. Okay. So we got a good understanding of how hot the camera is right now, where the majority of the heat is. You can see the back plate is ridiculously hot. And it's not even coming from the battery area. It's literally coming from that middle area. Okay, so we're gonna hit the record button and we're just gonna let it run until it overheats. And then come back once it overheats and see. We need to plug in a battery to this. All right, so we're going to plug an external USB battery, USB-C battery. All right, we should get some sort of warning message here on the screen, says that it's overheating. We'll just plug this in so it keeps it powered. And then once it's overheated, we're going to take a thermal and see what that looks like. I'm wondering if we should let it cool down and then try it with the cooler on top of it, or just immediately put the cooler and see if it makes a difference. So I'll figure that out once we figure this out. All right, so I'll just let it run and I'll do a time lapse on this so you guys don't have to wait. So hopefully it's instantaneous. Okay, so it's been recording for about 30 minutes or so, and it hasn't overheated yet because I'm recording. This camera has overheated on me while recording. And the fact that it hasn't right now is just, Newton's law or somebody law, whatever the law is. All right, so we're gonna take thermos. We're just gonna do the thermos test now because it is probably nice and toasty. So let's point the camera, see what we're getting here. Yeah, we're getting about 100 to, depending on when you're pointing, 100 and 115. Let's get this bad boy out. And you could tell that thing is, I mean, on the thermal it says 120 in certain spots. Yeah, so that thing is blazing hot right now. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put it in. We're just going to connect it, and we're gonna see how much this cools it down by. So it's supposed to go right like this, and then take the battery, put it in. Let's see, we're gonna I'm going to put on 2, which I believe is the highest. There we go. All right, it is running. Let's see how cool it gets. And I put the temperature over here just to get an idea of how hot this environment is, so you don't think that it's running at like 90 degrees in here. Okay, so it's still recording. We're going to give it 20 minutes, leave it recording, and then do thermals again and see how much it cooled it down by. So, quick question, quick observation. I like how the fans, the exhaust for the fans, are down here and up here, because typically you would have the camera, you could have the camera open or this way, and it doesn't impede the airflow. I thought that was pretty interesting. I could tell you right now that to the touch, the camera feels a lot cooler with this. Just by touching the camera, you could tell that it's a lot cooler, and it's still, obviously, it's still recording. So it's been about 15 minutes or so. We're going to check the thermals and see what we're dealing with. Now, I can't use this gun really because the back is on it. So we're just going to stick to this. And I can tell you that it's warm, but not as blazing hot as it was. All right, so let's take a look here. So I think we were getting like 127 before, and now we're in the hundreds, which feels or looks a lot better. Let me turn this around. I know this is lit up, but doesn't feel too hot. See, this part's a lot cooler. Again, you could definitely notice that the camera is a lot cooler. Yeah, I mean, you could tell that. Oops. You could tell the plate was cool, and now you could tell that it's starting to heat up again. Oh, that's pretty cool. You could see it in real time, it heating up again. And obviously the plate is frozen. So yeah, it does do a good job at keeping this cool. I mean, 20 degrees cooler is a lot cooler than what it's running. And you could already tell. I put my hand on this again, and you could tell that this is hot again. This is the first indication. It gets really hot right here. So I was taking a look at the manual, and it does have a couple features here. It has like the 1, 2, and the auto. Now, let's stop the recording. So the auto basically has a sensor in here that will determine how hot the device is and then adjust the cooling as needed for that. Or you could set it to 1, which is low, and then you have low fan. Or you could set it to 2, which is the higher setting, or auto and let it decide by itself. Now you could plug in a power supply directly to this. You don't need this on top of it. I do love the, you know, I do love that you could keep this on a charger, and then when you're filming, you just leave the back plate on, and then you could just put this on here and then turn it on without having to worry about anything else. Anyway, guys, I hope this review kind of helps. So far, I mean, it looks good. One question that I was worrying about is whether this will cause condensation inside the camera because of the hot and cool, but I don't think this is going to get cold enough to do that, especially when it's battling the heat in there. I don't think there will be anything like that. So far it looks like kind of like a win. Anyway, there's a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. It is an affiliate link, but all right, guys, take care.